All right. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the second annual Women in Microscopy Conference, and happy International Women's Day. My name is Tirzah Abbott. I am the Scanning Electron Microscope Facility Manager here at the Nuance Center at Northwestern University and the co-chair of this conference. The Women in Microscopy Conference was started by the Nuance Center and the Microscopy Society of America's Student Council to highlight trailblazing women and early career scientists in the field of microscopy, and to have open discussions for women with other women about career paths and other topics in our discussion panels. We were really excited to welcome you all. We had over 300 people register for this conference this year from over 25 different countries from around the world. And now I'd like to turn it over to my co-chair of the Women in Microscopy Conference, Stephanie Ribet.
Hi, everyone. We're really so glad that you can join us. I'm going to briefly go over the agenda for the conference. So we will start with our keynote, followed by our invited research talks. Then we will have 3 simultaneous panel discussions in breakout rooms. The topics are diversity, equity, and inclusion, navigating career trajectories, and work-life balance. After the panel, we will have a networking event, which we'll tell you more about later. We wanted to do a couple quick reminders. First of all, please keep your mics muted during the presentation. We do encourage you to submit questions and comments in the chat, and you also can use the raise hand function on Zoom, and one of the moderators will call on you. If you have any questions, feel free to message either me or Tirzah or the Nuance Center directly. And I think that's our only announcement right now. So I would like to now introduce my advisor and the founding director of the Nuance Center, Professor Vinayak Dravid, who's going to tell you a little bit more about our center here at Northwestern.
Shall I go ahead?
Go ahead.
Excellent. So thank you, Stephanie, Tirzah. And as you can see from the bottom stripe, there are a number of organizations have been involved in this, particularly a shout out to MSA Student Council. Some years ago, I was a student and part of the council, so it's really gratifying to me to see MSA Student Council continuing to take leadership in these events. When we offered this last year, I think it's fair to say that it surpassed our highest expectation of attendance, impact, and in the last year, you might have noticed there are many other organizations launching women in chemistry, women in other events, and more the merrier. And for those of us who are looking for microscopists to be part of a group or centers, you can see there are so many open positions. So we want lots of people to learn microscopy and contribute to this amazing field of its impact in all sorts of disciplines. The next slide. So I know it's a student event, and I would definitely take only just a few minutes to describe the Nuance Center and Shine, and really tell you a little bit about why and how the whole events came about. So Nuance Center, think of it as an organization with subsidiaries. There are many parts to Nuance Center. It initially started with EPIC, which you see on the left-hand side, is our Electron Microscopy Center. When I first came at Northwestern, that's how it all started. And over the years, as you can see, it has grown. There's a special opportunity we see in using electrons for soft materials. So that's where the bio-cryo facility came up. We recognize opportunities for surface science. So microscopy can be very broad. It's not just with electron, with all sorts of other capabilities, including surface science in KEC 2. Scanning probe instrumentation development is a part of Nuance, which probes using scanning probe techniques, localize measurements, both into the structure, but also properties. And last but not the least is our newer member of Nuance is the NuFab. It's a fabrication center. We use it to couple and coordinate with other capabilities that we have, creating chips and other in situ capabilities. Next slide. So collectively, as you can see, the summary of Nuance, we have a number of staff members, many of them are PhD. We have an integrated space. I hope very soon you'll get to visit us in this brand new building we have at Nuance Center at Northwestern, number of instrument, research program, and really cross-disciplinary impact, not just the classical material science as we know it, but a lot of an unusual field from geology to food science and so forth. Next slide. So this is really the summary of everything that we do. On what you see on the top right is the part of the event that we are here today is education and outreach. We want to disseminate a lot of the capabilities that we have and the field offers to all sorts of folks. And so we have REU, RET type of programs and events such as the one that we're doing right now. On the top left, we coordinate with our local partners, Argonne National Lab, UChicago, UIC, and actually even beyond that, a couple of hundred miles in this region of Upper Midwest. On the bottom left is our core mission of Nuance is to serve the community in teaching, training, providing service to our colleagues and students. And the last but not the least is the bottom right. Beyond just local impact, we want to be part of the regional and national network and eventually global. And SHINE is our network within the NNCI network within the United States. And Nuance is the lead facility of SHINE. Next. So as a part of Nuance and SHINE, as you see, we do events such as the one that you see on the left-hand side, this like Nuance Fest, which is our Nano Day. That's on 9th of October every year. We do a lot of workshops and tour, and particularly in conjunction with vendors. So as the vendors and OEMs come up with new methods, techniques, instrumentation, we work with them to coordinate, disseminate the information. And locally, we offer tech talks and all sorts of other outreach events that collectively really brings together lots of people and this amazing camaraderie between the staff, student, and our visitors. Next. And so Nuance Center has served over the years our local community, regional community. Some years ago, about 5-6 years ago, we thought that we have arrived and we should now contribute to the nation infrastructure and then eventually to global. And the SHINE was a concept that was introduced 6 years ago as a way to bring Nuance Center capabilities to the national network. So soft and hybrid nanotechnology is our network node within the Midwest, specifically designed what are the strengths of the Midwest. We have agriculture, we have bio, we have food industry, and that's an area which is very unmet and underserved in the community. You have this cryomicroscopy people, a lot of fantastic work being done in the biological arena, a lot of hard microscopy done, as you know, from a number of events and activities throughout the country last few years. But the interface between soft and higher ed is really unusual, and that's where we have taken the effort and leadership along with Andrew Cleland of UChicago. Next. So as you can see on the right-hand side, it's a national network. SHINE is, it's an Upper Midwest. And then it is distributed 15 other networks throughout the country. And locally on the left-hand side, you will see that we coordinate with our local institution, Argonne National Lab, Simpson Query Institute, the University of Chicago, and other organizations. So collectively, we have a sort of a federalist model. So we make local impact, regional impact, and through NNCI, we impact the whole network of the within the nation. And the next cycle naturally would be extend this to the global impact. And as a part of SHINE, the next slide shows we do similar thing that we do with Nuance, except it's broadened. It's a much more national presence. And particularly, I'll give a shout out to RET program. In fact, we are accepting application for research experience for teachers from high school. So we really would encourage you to consider Nuance and SHINE as a place where you can conduct some summer activity, including our REU program. On the right-hand side, you see the corporate outreach to curricula, course, and all of the activities and events that SHINE is involved in. And the SHINE is a consortium of about 6 facilities within Northwestern and Pritzker Nanofabrication Facility of UChicago. So collectively, again, we make local impact and as a part of a national network. Next. So again, this is a sort of a plug-in slide for us. We are always looking for bright and exciting things to do within Nuance, within SHINE. So if you are looking for experience in microscopy characterization, the broad-based capabilities that we have several positions on the postdoc level. For those of you who are interested either within US or from outside, want to spend some time, we have some of the most sophisticated capabilities, expertise, and software. If you're looking for short-term visit, and particularly shout out to our vendors and who wants to collaborate with us on testing new equipment, new capabilities, please do contact us. And the areas of interest for us are very broad, from cryo-EM, as you can see, to operando microscopy, computational, to data science. Next slide. And that's my last slide, to really thank you. And it's really your event. I'm truly looking forward to it. I've seen the program. I've seen the follow-up to this on Twitter and LinkedIn, and I'm very excited to be part of it. And I look forward to nothing but a highly stimulating and exciting day ahead. So thanks again for your attendance and for the opportunity for me to say a few words. And I think the ball is back in your court. I think Aubrey is going to take it from here. So let me pass the baton to Aubrey of MSA, a Student Council, and she will run the show. Thank you again, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, Vinayak. And as he said, I'm Aubrey Penn. I am the president of the MSA Student Council, and thank you so much for joining this conference. We're so thrilled to be hosting this event on International Women's Day for the second year in a row. As we know, microscopy is historically a tremendously male-dominated field, so it's so special to see how we've progressed as a field and to even be able to hold an event like this where we celebrate women microscopists. So a little bit about the MSA Student Council. We exist to serve student microscopists with educational, research, professional, and social networking throughout the year and at the annual Microscopy and Microanalysis Conference. I want to bring specific attention to the annual pre-meeting Congress X60 for students, postdocs, and early career professionals that we'll be hosting in Portland this year on July 30th. That's the Saturday before the M&M conference. So registration for M&M will open soon, so be on the lookout for information about attending both M&M and the PMC. Student Council is also always looking for motivated student microscopists to join our team and help lead the society. So please reach out to any of us who are in the call today if you're interested in joining. Another way to reach out to us is on social media. So Laura will post all of our social media handles in the chat, so you can get connected with the society, or you can email us directly at studentcouncil@microscopy.org for more information.